timing, but alas, I'm like, and then I saw the join call button, so.
Likely story.
Howdy doody.
So how's everybody doing today?
Peachy.
So I have a very evil-looking cat looking right at me right now.
Yeah.
Was he mad at you because you kicked him out of my office?
I know, he was actually super mad about that. He made it all the way to your office door, and then he was sitting at your door screaming for attention. And I left dogs in the house.
Ah.
Run away! Run away!
He was like, that was not cool, man. That was not cool.
It's an awful scary looking little droid there.
My murder bot! Let's blow some shit up!
He's definitely on the intimidating side.
Is that a droid or is that a mech warrior?
It's a blastromech.
It's a homage picture to 000 from the Target Initiative.
No, that's a picture of BT1.
Yeah, that's the one. 000 and BT1 are the partners. So it's a R2 C3PO team up that are totally murder bots.
Huh.
Because 000 is basically a gunmetal gray version of C3PO with a red X on his head.
Okay.
And he's totally evil.
Well, that little droid looks pretty evil to me.
Yep.
Don't be intimidated by him. He's a sweetie. So, any last minutes since you guys have finished? And have you come up with your ship, by the way? I mean,
I threw out my two suggestions, leaning towards Sojourner.
I will totally make a character called the ship that y'all can edit and play with.
I lean a little more towards the Skywatcher, only a little tiny bit.
I mean, have you looked at the stats?
Yeah, they were. I think the Skywatcher had slightly better stats, except for the maneuverability. But I've got a super high piloting skill, so.
Yeah, but 2 shields front, 2 shields back. It's 3 armor, 24 hull, 14, so a little less on the strain. With a 4 speed and a +1 handling. It also has long range sensor, where I think the other does have a medium, which is still better than short, and only requires the 1 pilot instead of the other one's much bigger ship.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be fine with the Jedi one. I'm fine either way.
Because technically, the other ship has like a squad of scouts with speeder bikes and everything else, or 10 scout troopers, speeder bikes. That's like a pretty good sized ship. But
I mean, maybe you guys want to have room on the ship to put some speeder stuff. I mean, you do have to deal with the droid taking off with its jetpack.
Well, it's fun. Encumbrance passenger capacity of 6 and an encumbrance capacity of 50. But it's got all this shit on it and a lot of food.
Just which one has the most weapons? Like the stuff that go boom.
It's okay if the droid can take off flying, because I could shoot a penny off the top of the droid's head from a mile away.
Oh.
Sojourner, which like I thought, had a mission to take out a Jedi and ship. It has a forward-mounted twin medium laser cannon with linked and a dorsal turret-mounted light laser cannon that does 5 versus not linked. Skywatcher has 2 eventual dorsal turret, twin medium laser. So a little more firepower on that one. But at the same time, that takes a crew of ship complement of 3 to 12. So whichever. They both have 3 hard points, I think. Yeah, 3 hard points. They both are primary class 1. Yeah, the Skywatcher has a medium sensor range, where the Sojourner has long.
Kelly, your thoughts?
My droid, which has the most weapons?
No, 2 sets of weapons each. 2 medium turrets, has a forward-mounted cannon and a light turret.
Which is which?
Technically, the Skywatcher, theoretically, if you were to link on both turrets, would do damage, 12, 24 base damage. If they both do 12, 17.
Then then it would be the first one.
She can
That's
identify
requiring
as she.
linkage.
Uh,
But again, that's all, getting linkage and all that stuff.
yeah. BT doesn't really care so much. Just wants the opportunity to blow shit up.
Let's go with the Jedi
Speaking
one.
of,
So
which of you guys has the better mechanics?
Right. You're on your own for that stuff.
No, I'm not. Not for repairing me.
My mechanics is a 2 green.
Okay, and yours?
Mine is a 2 green.
Okay.
Yeah. So the one last thought on the ships: the Skywatcher requires 2 turrets. So that means basically the pilot and in each of the turrets, and I don't shoot.
Well, my gunnery is 4 green.
Right.
So
you're right. What I'm saying is, one turret gonna be a good turret that ain't gonna do shit.
Mm-hmm.
And with the other ship, the pilot can fire the forward, and then there's a turret.
Yeah, so let's take the one where the pilot can fire the forward guns. Right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that's my
let's
only
take that
thought
one.
there. Otherwise, because you can shoot, she can shoot.
And what is the name of said ship so we can see if we can find an icon?
I hack and slashy. The class of ship you're talking about?
Yeah, let's find a picture of the ship.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't find a whole lot. It's the
Jedi Sojourner.
Yeah.
Let's see
So
what the
S-O-
Google machine comes up with.
SOJOURNER. I couldn't even find there's like one animated picture of it.
Yeah, cartoon picture, clearly out of a comic book.
Looks like it's got the hammerhead structure at the front.
Yep. And the back end looks like it's out of the Matrix.
Definitely no tech plan.
Well, no, there's well, yeah, it does look like it's from
That's the only picture I found of it, theoretically.
I found a Lego one.
Now, the Jedi Order starship that looks like a hammerhead, that one's pretty cool. But that's a different ship.
Yep.
Look cool.
Yeah. Actually, that's in a game. I can't remember what game that's in. That's a Corellian Defender class light Corvette. Hammerheadish looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Soldier, not as sexy as I would have thought, but
It's the Jedi. They're not supposed to be sexy.
sure.
Yeah, I pretty much can't get a consensus here on what the ship's design looks like. Everybody's popping off different options.
Yeah. It's like, what the hell? Of course, I mean, if you read the description, they're kind of a rare ship nowadays,
But this is Old Republic. So everything old is new.
true. And I'm assuming, obviously, it doesn't have a cron on it. I'm assuming so. A holocron, because apparently they used to be equipped with a holocron.
That you've found since you said you captured it.
Right.
Dun dun dun. And yes, I totally slipped in the little crawl there. Whispers of the Sith. As the Sith Empire returns to the Old Republic, the Dark Council sends many forces across the galaxy. Across the peaceful surface of Naboo, a Sith ship silently descends, preparing to unleash chaos across this peaceful world. As a Sith infiltration and elimination team prepares to cut this planet off from the rest of the Republic. Through the opening ship's ramp, our Sith see their quarry. The planet Naboo's communication hub and sensor dish, nestled in the stone mountain dominating the forest below. As of course, our three badass, the Sith Empire badasses, come walking down the ramp in badass fashion. So
Damn
what
straight.
do each of you look like, and how do you come down the ramp? I have a feeling somebody's jetpacking.
Well, if we have the ramp yet, I'd probably be using the ramp. But I look a little more like a regular R5 kind of unit, except for the red eye. So right now, I'm sort of in just like a tarnished silver kind of color, trimmed with blue. Mostly gray, though.
So I definitely got to ask for your jetpack. Do you have the slim profile R2D2 jetpack where it's on each, or the chopper style ass blaster rocket in the center console of yourself?
Oh no, I think that would probably be a bad idea to have it actually in my carriage there. So we're going to go with the R2 style.
Okay, so you have the little retractable jetpacks that come out the
Yes.
side of your legs to let you
Exactly,
whoosh.
since the main interior of mine is filled with incendiary devices and other types of explosives. Probably don't want it there.
That's totally sensible. And what's the name of your guys' ship, by the way? Or do you guys need to go back to that later?
I sent back to that. Well, unless David didn't got a name already.
I don't.
Now, hold it. Did we get it from one of our quarries?
We took it upon discharging a Jedi.
Okay.
So you liberated is what you're saying?
He was no longer in need of said ship.
Well, we could just resurrect an old name from an old game, the Compensation.
Yeah, but that's more
Sure.
Smugglers Sith. I mean, this is a
True.
Sith ship.
We're gonna call the ship the Jedi.
Oh,
Oh,
and I need you guys to send me your characters' pictures because apparently I can't pull them off your character sheet and put them on the map.
Really?
okay, like an
Yeah.
I do not
email.
yet have a character picture, so that will be pending.
Let's see.
And what does our Sith look like as the steam from the ramp clears and he comes forward? Dun 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 dun. Dun.
Sorry, how does who look?
You.
Oh. So kind of like my picture, pretty much. Which I'll get here just a second.
Picture sent.
It see, make sure that's the one. Oh, what the hell? God damn it. Looks like my picture broke. Maybe. Damn it. Okay. So if you pull up my character dude and look at it, it looks pretty much like that, except the face mask is kind of doggish shaped snout to it. So look of a could be Bothan, but can't tell for sure.
Definitely has a little bit of a muzzle shape.
Yeah. So, but it could or could not be.
Is this Kopesh?
Kopesh, the sword.
Satan.
Yes. He's the sword of used to do what's needed by whoever. So, all right. Here we go.
Cool.
Where do you want it sent through?
You can Facebook it or you can email it to my Gmail.
Oh, I just
Whichever.
Boom. I think that's the one I used, right? Or no? Sorry. Never mind. Wait.
To which you're sending me.
Why is it not coming up in a format? There we go.
No, I'm just man.
Oh, there we go. That's the one I wanted. Sorry. So yeah. So if you don't know who he is, you wouldn't know that he's Bothan. Those features are all dark and covered up in that, and the mask. So that are close to me. My basic. Whoops! What the heck? Oh, I'm like, what's this screen with the foresty stuff on it?
I snuck that in on you.
I also sent it in chat. I sent it an email to you, posted it in chat.
Yeah.
Yep, I
So
got yours, Kelly.
basically, my true name is
Thank
Grothar, and that's a Bothan name, but he was taken by the young age. His temper and life, he didn't really fit in and used unorthodox methods and to accomplish tasks that the Jedi's would try. Found unworthy and kicked out of the temple. So found later by the Sith, who found him quite amenable. But in the long run, he kind of didn't like all the pomp and circumstance and all the higher ups telling everybody what to do, and that still kind of. He left after becoming a knight, a Sith knight, and they undergrounds that it appeared had been, and all of a sudden, several years later, this entity with Sithly powers, has come around, taking and doing duties for those that want to keep it down low with his team. Though there is a price for his services. not always money. Sometimes favors.
The best kind of price.
Especially when there's Sith Lords and stuff. So yes, he comes down very sure, solid of himself as he descends the ramp. Especially for only being 5'3".
And who is our last mentor out with his rifle?
Coming out behind said Sith is Grix. And he is a human, 6'2", short black hair, military cut, 5 o'clock shadow, maybe a little bit thicker. Across his left cheek is a fairly prominent scar from a blaster fire graze. When he was a boy, he was, I haven't really decided his home world yet, but this is, the Old Republic. I'm sure there were lots of plans. He was picked up as a young boy and conscripted into the army services, where it was quickly recognized that he had a talent for shooting things, especially at distance. Eventually, this program ended because the war ended, and so he was left out on his own, where he eventually met up with this team and got involved with them, and using his long-range shooting abilities, piloting abilities. He does like working for money, but, kind of conduct that like a bounty hunter code of conduct, kind of mixed with, soldiers' code of conduct. Stuff like don't leave intel behind, don't leave any men behind that are alive, don't leave prisoners behind because they can cuss if you do, that sort of stuff.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Does that count for droids?
Don't leave droids behind?
Yeah, like if a droid was like a because maybe that's why I work with you guys, is because it was a blaster mech droid, former military, the whole thing. I'm a little off. and if you came back for me, I would be, I'd be totally down with you. I'm like,
that sounds good to me, just with one understanding. I have no deep love for droids. However, you were, someone that I was working with, which is why I came back for you. But the understanding should be that I have not been able to rescue you, and my only alternatives, I should say, were either leave you in enemy hands or blow you up. I would have blown you up.
I can totally respect that. BTBT can totally respect that.
Perfect. Yeah, because part of leave no man behind is don't leave anything behind that the enemy can eat.
Well, I specialize in wet work and sabotage.
Beautiful.
Yep. I think we all took that, I think.
I sense a theme between these Sith Imperial troops.
Those are exactly the duties that I took.
Oh, really?
Yep. Oh, gosh.
That's what I took, yeah.
What, nobody wants procurement or, converting the hearts and souls of their enemies?
No, I want to I want to make things blow up. I want to make the pretty sky flowers.
So this totally isn't one of those hearts and minds.
I could probably add procurement to mine, because things are handy. But yeah, wins hearts and minds. No, my main goal is to actually subvert the Sith Empire and possible.
So, Jim, I have one question.
What's that?
I have one question. So, what is one range band beyond extreme?
So that's pretty much that 50 caliber rifle that shoots from 2 miles away. That should not be conceivable. You're basically measuring the curve of the earth for your shot. You've got your little notepad there with the curve of the earth, and you've secretly put some lookouts so you know if the wind treatment's happening out there.
Yeah,
It's
because
ridiculous distance.
like I said, I can shoot a penny off of Droid's head from a mile away.
That's great.
The only thing that bothers you is line of sight.
Pretty much.
And since you don't have an icon yet, yes, you totally got the sniper rifle.
Yeah.
That
Well,
works.
see, the line of sight's not an issue. That's when I come in. And cover if I'm there.
Or you just use BT to explode the cover.
There is that too.
Oh, look, they're all gathered together behind some cover, engaged to each other.
Let's make some pretty.
Let's see. Gotta fix
Yeah,
something.
pretty soon I'll be able to shoot beyond ridiculous. Because right now I only have one rank of sharpshooter. In the tree, there's another rank.
It becomes absolutely ridiculous when you can take a short-range pistol or other things that are not meant to be used beyond medium range and turn them into sniper weapons.
Right.
It's when you literally do that gun trick out submachine guns and turning them into sniper rifles, because in your hands, everything is a lethal weapon.
Right?
So I almost picture my character being a little bit like Rene, I can't think of his last name right now, from Leon the Professional.
Oh, yeah.
Jean Reno.
There you go. Thank you.
As I start doodling on the map and you get all quiet.
Mm-hmm.
So, how long have you guys been working together? I mean, I don't think that's actually been discussed at all, but...
So it seems like Droid and I go back a ways into whatever war it is that I came from.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I maybe procured him through that process, having maybe served on some kind of battlefront, either as opposing or same side, and saw their prowess and sought them out.
Sounds reasonable.
More weapons for your arsenal.
Well, they bring specialty skills to the game of eliminating targets.
So, of course, you guys step off the ramp from your ship, and you immediately get hit with this pleasant-smelling forest of a beautifully balanced ecosystem. The beauty that is Naboo's forests. Lots of nature preserves, and from your brief briefing that you have that up ahead of you, about a good 2 or 3 miles, is the planet Naboo's communication hub for off-world communications. Basically, as you can see in the little map at the very bottom, where your ship landed, it's leisure 2 to 3 mile path through the woods, which, hey, look, you've got a game path, because it's that good. Which there is the communications hub, which is basically a headquarters. The planet Naboo is traditionally not the Jedi. Maybe a Jedi in the facility, is usually they try to position at least one on one of the Republic bases on the planet. They, provide quarters for them if they're visiting. And the path here can take you to the, or up to the actual communications dish. It's this giant, quarter of a mile wide satellite dish that looks huge and impressive.
So should we be rolling our density?
You should totally be rolling your destiny. Let me clear that sucker out for you. Because some scoundrels may have still had some destiny points in there. Now, quick question, since we have a Force user here, even though he doesn't have much in the Force yet.
No. Points go only so far.
Ooh, I may have to pop out and refresh our script because it's not letting me clear the pool.
Yeah, it's not letting me roll either. So
Okay, so
let's
close
everybody
out.
close on out, and we will go through the relaunching the APs. I wonder if me changing the picture and the name may have messed with things.
But it is a cool picture.
Yeah.
Everybody out?
Yep.
Yeah, I just went back in.
Stay
a
out,
second.
woman.
Okay.
Always Kelly's with the click. She doesn't want to wait. Let me relaunch the API script again. My God, how Sithy. The bombardiers wanting to click the button. She's literally sitting there going, click, 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 click. Why aren't you going up? Click, later delay. Okay, come on back in. Everybody, come on back in. The water fine.
The water's fine.
Right. I hear whoop whoop. Everyone should see their pool as clear.
All right. Oh, hey. What? Oh, holy cow.
So as I was saying before, the API script really interrupted us. Since we have a dark side user, are you guys wanting to use light side or dark side now that the executive they are in balance? But
Yeah.
I mean, for when you roll Force dice, do you want to use dark side, which are more popular, or light side on your dice?
Dark side.
Well, I would say dark side, but I guess you reverse what they are for us.
Well, no, ignore the destiny pool. We're going to use that as normal because it'd be way too complicated. But I mean, when you roll dice to do something with the Force, do you want to use the dark pips or the clear pips?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm an angry dog.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure ahead of time because I saw you had like a good morality of 50. You're stable.
Well, I didn't. I suppose. I mean, I didn't adjust on it yet.
I like how you keep saying yet. I keep hearing yet repeated.
Yeah, well, I didn't look close enough into the number morality options. Oh shit! I could have got more XP and or credits.
Yeah.
Huh? Shit! I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. I mean.
Wow, that could take some XP.
As now he's thinking about it.
How does that work? So let's see.
With morality, it's more of a you just do it type of thing, because morality's all loosey goosey, which is really annoying.
So what does it do when I take 10 XP? By the rules option selected from only a single mechanic between obligation. Morality you have. Oh, okay.
So if you already did duty, then don't worry about it.
Oh, but dark side Force user, so I can go the -21. That doesn't put me at the. Does that put me at like the Paragon level or not?
Just above Paragon, so you still have to do a bunch of dirty stuff to become a dirty Sith.
Yeah, it puts me at 29. And what's it?
I think it's 20 when you go Paragon of the dark side.
Okay.
And you get those extra wounds and you lose some strain because you get tired easy.
Okay.
Bad guys get tired and distracted easy.
Yeah. Well, here. Yeah, so I'll go with the 21 morality.
So you're nice and dark sidey.
Yeah. I'm like I said, I'm an angry dog. Let me adjust that. I didn't like all the rules on the other side and not thinking out of the box. But the Sith side, they were too regulated and beat me like a dog. So that pissed me off too.
Feel like, what the hell do you mean no one chooses me?
So now I disrupt their plans and orders and.
Now your teammates are saying, "Oh hell, we sign up for."
I'm down for some chaos.
So you guys, you basically sense that this place is very balanced in the Force. Henceforth, the 2 light side, 2 dark side, very balanced in the Force. There's totally that ecosystem of predator prey animals doing their thing. As you guys come walking down, and who is technically the leader? Has anyone got a leadership role? Does our Sith just like bossing people around?
I'm not a real leadership type, unfortunately.
Well, that just means you're a bad leader if you're the one bossing people around.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really good at deception. I might manipulate them a little bit.
If corporate America's taught us anything, you don't have to have lead skills to be in charge.
Yeah. I might give them parts of the truth. I have 4 green, and so.
It's all about a need-to-know basis. So, of course, Kopesh pulls out his little hollow map of the area that shows the topography, safe paths through the area. Just like where you landed the ship, helped you avoid detection. And so you know that when you take this path, it'll eventually lead to where you go. You hope. Okay. Hopefully somebody's good with survival.
Hopefully.
And when you get
That's
to
why I got allies.
The Y in the road, you're going to have a choice. Basically, go storm the base or go up to the tower. Now, of course, your orders are to kind of do what you guys do, infiltrate the place, blow up the facility's capabilities to communicate, which could be done here or here. This would be the physical, this would be the computers or mechanical. Or explody. Which technically explosives could be either. So just to let you know, there's going to be a choice, left or right paths. Do you take the high road up to the mountain, or do you take the low road down to the base?
So what exactly is our key mission?
So your mission is to come and cut the ears off of the planet Naboo, as according to the Sith Lord that was giving you your directions. There's a larger fleet of ships coming, but your small craft, thanks to its transponder codes, should be able to infiltrate the planet almost unnoticed. And there you are to go to the base and eliminate all opposition and communication. Yes, Sith leaders give very vague terms because they let you win or succeed or fail in your own terms.
So the key is communications, but if we happen to eliminate the personnel as well, that's not 100% part of the major requirement, but a secondary bonus.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that there may be a Jedi on the base. There's a chance.
And which location would probably house the Jedi?
He would be at the base.
At the base.
Communications, a small tower, wouldn't have more than 20 people there tops. The base, however, has speeder bikes, and as you kind of flew close but not too close, you totally saw that the base topography would probably be a hard fight and a long-standing fight. But you guys don't do hard fights. That's not your tactic.
But the most damage would be to the facility would be here.
Oh yeah, if you went to the facility, you could take out the entire computer network that controls said tower. Because if you blow up the tower, they may have short-range communications here still. landlines
Right.
type of thing. So if you destroy it here, this goes inoperable.
Right.
If you blow this up first, then this for good measure, and then that's cake. But the mission is left mostly to your choice.
Okay. Yeah, I would think infiltrate here and start blowing some shit up. You know, not an assault, obviously, but work our way in and then do as much damage as we can.
Okay. So who's taking the survival role for your cross-country trek?
I doubt mine is the best, but let's see what I got for survival.
BT
got a 4
stayed at a
green.
Best Western once.
I have 2 green.
Wow, I have the best survival at 1 yellow, 1 green.
Hey, every sniper needs a little survival training.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, I have 4 green, so.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't catch the 4. I heard it as a green. Yeah, so you
No.
are best survival skill.
Yeah, it's cunning is my thing. So that's actually my lightsaber trait is cunning.
He uses sneaky shots instead of brutal or agile shots.
So, all right. So we can confer and then go 1 yellow, 4 green, right?
So you guys work together on it, which would basically
sure.
give it, sounds like the Sith, an upgrade to his dice pool.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, I've got 1 upgrade there as you guys are conferring on the little holo map you have. Because it's nice to have a holo map.
Yep. I work with my crew. So
as all of a sudden the forest life starts to come back after the ship's, cooled off and you hear the birds.
He says he works with his crew, but I know he really means I like to share the responsibility so that if I fail, I can blame it all on you.
Well, I'm not a Sith that, I don't play that whole Sith Lord shit. That's why I left them.
Okay.
So ready?
Yep. That is why during the Sith invasion, he is taking his leave of all the politics.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys seem to be going for an awful long time. What's the 2 advantage for, by the way? I mean, there's some great suggestions there.
Let's see.
Both of those are really good suggestions.
Yeah, I'll go with the bless you, second one.
Okay, as BT makes some noise, as obviously the droid is having some reaction to the force life.
Right.
Some gnat crawled inside to BT, and BT made the sneezy sound to get rid of it.
Woo!
So as you guys, you basically what it is you guys are taking longer than normal, but at one point you kind of like ducked into the bushes because you heard some speeder bikes zip by. And for a fact that the Republic forces on the planet here like to take speeder bike joyrides. And you kind of like, see their uniforms and you get the idea that the base has quite a few speeder bikes at its disposal.
So, Jim, you just bring kind of something that I was going to try to squeeze in there. But yeah, while we're making this trek, I'm making sure we remain nice and stealthy while doing it.
Ooh, okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth roll.
Yeah, I got 2 yellow, 1 green. Oh, okay. Well, you got a bunch.
Oh yeah, needless to say, you're doing the any broken branch BT is breaking, you cover up and throw into the bushes so it's completely unseen. Not that we're saying BT is clumsy, but BT is most
I'll
likely.
have I have 4 green and stuff.
But yeah, she's leaving tracks in the ground. Except when you go sweep, 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 and you sweep up the stuff. Where's like the black dice coming from? You may want to check your character sheet.
I don't see a black die on my.
No, he's
no,
talking
the dice that was just rolled. It had some black dice that were not my doing. You may have remembrance on your character sheet or something.
Well, since he's just a sniper rifle, I mean, it's hard to get around.
That's right. That's what it is, Jimmy. You got it exactly right, and I just realized because it's in backwards. Threshold and my current set backwards.
And of course, this would be that terrifying moment we tell BT. By the way, don't forget to write down what your combination of micro rockets in your launcher are right now.
Oh, I have one incendiary, one ion, and one blast.
Yes, your droid has rockets, micro rockets.
Yes, I do. I also have grenades.
Yeah, well, that's why I like it.
Okay, so the sun starts getting a little dark, whether it was intentional or not. But you gradually kind of get to a clearing where the woods here break out to an opening that sees the going down to the valley where the base is. You get a nice, good overhead of what the base looks like. But not too good of an overhead, because by the way, this part's all covered up. You clearly see it's got some fancy shapes. It's got a nice Republic shuttle there. It's got lots of equipment over here. Looks like, definitely point out to you, it's got some pretty good communications towers out there. And of course, here's the actual generators. You can clearly see those from outside and through the main entrance.
Okay.
Or you come into the little rise that they sheared off with laser plows, because Star Wars. Mm-hmm. And if you look up the hill, you see the communications tower, which is this massive dish, which is really like 3 times this size, and some kind of fortified compound at the base of the dish. And between the dish and the compound, there's definitely a that has a little bit of shrubbery.
Shrubbery.
Cover. One was to take care and take cover.
Okay.
And I shall return.
And all of a sudden, the sniper says, "This moment here of choice of up or down, good choice to take a quick 5-minute break and everyone get beverages." And
good idea.
And the GM can get to eat his taco because he has a taco here.
All right, be right back.
And there's nothing sadder than being mocked by a taco.
All right.
Okay, let's take a quick 5-minute taco break.
Yep.
I didn't catch all of that, Jim, but no, he's a soldier. He just whips his dick and pisses on the side of the trail.
We're taking a quick 5, so.
Okay.
I'm still here, but I'm always here. My headset's wireless.
And I'm just muted, so you don't hear like a zombie movie worth of chomping going on a taco.
Ah.
Yeah, well, I'm washing a dish, so if you hear water. Kind of a cinching gear or anything? She's got rockets.
I do have a in-ear comm with a hidden compartment with climbing cord.
Okay.
What does it say about the climbing cord? Hold, let me find my...
It's like in the utility belt where Luke and Leia were running in the Death Star, and they whip out that little line and they throw it across.
Yep. Yeah, grants user a length of climbing cord with a grappling hook. This counts as the right tool for the job for climbing and rappelling.
Oh, cool. There we go.
Eventually, I'll get myself an Ascension gun, but that costs 500 credits, and I've only got 100 left, so...
But the Ascension gun is sexy.
I mean, I spent over 4,000 on my rifle alone.
What's the height on the cliff?
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Mm-hmm.
You must be chewing taco.
Now y'all are making me feel bad that you're all back and I'm still halfway through my taco.
No, that's fine.
So which cliff are you referring to? The cliff around the base or the mountain up here?
Around the base.
It's like a small little 30-foot rise.
So basically, a perfect height for me to perch up on and shoot things from a mile away.
And a horrible height to fall off. Let's not forget in Star Wars, falling from things is horrible.
Yeah. So is that what, long range?
Just close to long range, so medium.
Oh, okay. So I can get up there. I can force jump up.
And if somebody climbed, it would take 2 athletic checks to get up there, or an amazing athletics check.
Or a jetpack.
Yeah, so we got a jetpack, we have a force leap, and then we have a climber. But has a grappling hook in that. What's that add to that check, or what? How does that affect?
Basically, it gives them a blue for the right tools.
No, okay.
Yeah.
I hope he has good athletics.
He doesn't, so I don't really like climbing.
See, that's where the Ascension gun is nice, because according to, Revenge of the Sith, you just get that gun and go, and it auto climbs for you, because you're a Batman.
What, though, what's the length on that?
It doesn't specify.
We will say it's enough cord for him to do it.
Okay. Or enough cord that I could jump up and then pull him up.
Oh, yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah, so
Or-
that way it's using both of your combined athletics to go up.
Yeah, well, for whatever that's worth.
I mean, if BT was stronger, I'd totally say he could sit on it, but BT's not
I don't know.
the strongest.
Yeah. Yeah, well, my problem is combined athletics, which is 2 green for me, so.
4 plus blue for the rope.
No, so you're okay. So that would just add extra for.
No, that's saying that it would be a total of 4 green if Jim's going by what Jim said. Combine the
it.
2. I only have 2 green myself.
Okay.
Oh, and you have what for athletics?
Like I said, 2 green myself.
Holy hell, in that case, you may just want BT to help you. I think she's at least got 1 rank in athletics.
I think, hold on, let me switch over to my...
Not combined.
Yes, I do. I have 1 rank.
Okay.
So if BT helps you, at least it'll give you a yellow and a green and a blue for the rope.
Okay,
Yep.
So not stacking them. Okay, I didn't think so.
It just combines your rank characteristic
Yeah.
best combination.
Okay.
So if you both have 2 greens, it would be 2 green and a blue dice for an 8. But if BT helps flying with the jetpack with the line, it upgrades to a yellow and a green and a blue for the line.
So, all right. So that's my thought, is to come up the cliff, not obviously in the front door. So,
Okay, so you guys are heading towards the base.
yeah.
Okay, so give me one more survival check. I'm assuming you're working together, so you get that
Yep.
blue dice.
Yep.
Now, here's the thing, though. If you're working together, he can't make a stealth roll.
Okay, fine. I'll
Or
do it by myself then.
do you want to do a stealth roll too?
We'll do it together or separately then.
Okay.
No, that's not a problem.
Ho ho ho! There's that upgrade back in your pool.
I was actually about to flip one for you.
Look at that.
Take
We're on
one
track.
strain because you're like, I wish I could take my helmet off and sniff the wind here. It smells good. So you guys easily get to your goal. So you slip in, you don't get lost, and let's see how sneaky you are, as I'm assuming your sniper is leading the way in the sneakiness.
Yep.
And you get a blue dice for,
Jesus.
wow! He was fast with that. I barely got that blue dice in there.
Wow.
As I was saying, you get blue dice thanks to all the natural foliage and cover that's being provided here. And, yeah, what would you like for that advantage?
Give a blue dice to whoever rolls next.
Basically, he's tied like 3 branches to his butt, and he's just dragging them behind, covering your tracks. Doing all these cool commando hand signs that you guys may or may not even know what he's saying, but it looks really impressive. So you guys head to the base proper. Wow, that's a big map.
Yeah.
So you're going to climb up out of sight over here to the west, or are you going to climb a little closer? Because from what you saw, the only way in the base is through these doors here, or over here to the platform. You could totally go in the entryway there. Or if somebody wants to scope out the place, BT, since you haven't done much, if you want to do a perception check.
Okay, let's see what my
Don't roll yet.
perception is.
Don't roll yet.
First, I'm looking for it. Oh, I've got 2 ranks in it. But that's, yeah.
You can roll when you're ready, by the way.
No.
I don't see nothing. Oh, wait a minute. You were supposed to give me a blue.
I was supposed to give you a blue. Do you want me to roll a blue for you?
Yes.
Or do you want to roll your own blue? Do you trust my blue, or do you want to use your own dice? So
no, you blue.
Oh. You have advantage all day long. So you don't notice anything exceedingly important. There's lots of animals and fluffy things, but you have 4 advantages. What would you like for 4 advantages? I mean, that's a lot of advantages.
Yeah, I would like to give, can I give each of them a blue?
Ooh, each of your teammates a blue dice? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Here I was thinking you'd trust me and let me give you something cool, but I like yours better. Okay, so basically BT's looking out for you guys, pointing its rocket blaster pistol at things, as the lizard just makes this croaky noise. So
where were the generators and stuff? Or
the generators are over here.
Oh, okay.
So whereabouts is it that you're wanting to climb up? Since your trailblazer here, Sniper, has like the best stealthy skills. He's like, I can walk you guys all the way around this place if you want.
Yeah. Do we want to start with the generators then, and then that powers down the assault, any kind of additional assault into like, and where's their computers in
Well,
that?
I can set up time delays too.
True.
And you did see from your vantage point the generators do have an entrance into the facility.
Oh, okay.
That
There you go. There
Yeah,
we go.
I say we start
right.
there then.
Yeah. So over in this. Whoops. Oh, helps if I target or select.
okay, so you're gonna go for a nice long run between here and I like that.
I mean, not much of an option, right?
And of course, it's almost like you purposely did that because as you're getting starting set, as this
Well, yeah, of course.
beautiful Naboo evening is kicking in, as the forest creatures are making their noise, different things are going to sleep and making quietness. One's eating a taco as stealthily as possible.
That's
So,
just the food crunching under our feet.
as you guys get up there, you see like a group of 5 speeder bikes zipping by, and there's little communication goes on, and the doors open. Here that there's a few troops inside there. As 5 bikes go zipping in, and a few moments later, 5 bikes go zipping out. So obviously they've got some kind of road going.
Okay.
And from what you're in your very sneaky little hidey spot are hearing, these Republic troops are not like hardened commandos. They're literally your National Guardsmen. They're not even all wearing ropes. They're mostly wearing Naboo Planetary Defense Force gear.
Okay.
They're more proud to be Naboo than Republic. As you guys totally wait for like 2 guys that are smoking over here chit-chatting to come back inside in the big clothes.
Where are they smoking?
They're smoking right over here. So they can they can throw their cigarettes over the cliff. Okay, so you guys see the cliff face here. It's a good 30 feet up. What is your plan to get up there?
Well, I'm drawing the force.
Dun 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 dun.
I guess I'm going to be.
Oh, I clicked the wrong thing.
Did you not
take my
mean to
point
use
back,
that?
please. I did not.
I'm like, wow, Andy's burning the only point you got
Yeah.
left.
Yeah, because that doesn't help much. Well, shit.
No, remember, you're using the dark side.
No, I know that.
You were hoping
but
for 2?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. So now I have to do 2 jumps, looking for like a spot to jump to and then jump up again instead of one quick solid.
Okay, so you go leaping 15 feet, you grab a little handhold, nice little perch to look like a free climber. You got that whole base climber look going on as, they just look up. Okay, so BT, are you going to help your sniper partner there?
Yes, I will help him.
Okay, so he whips out his little climbing cord and hands it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to jetpack up there?
Yep.
Now the question is, are you going to jetpack up there safely, not requiring a roll, or are you going to try to jetpack as close to the cliff face as possible so you are quiet and unnoticeable?
I would probably want to do the quiet and unnoticeable to preserve the stealth.
Okay,
So
go ahead.
would that be a...
That would be a pilot planetary roll, as you're basically hugging the cliff face.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
As you take one strain, as a couple pebbles land next, just tink more sound than damage. As you go pretty much to the very, very tippy top there, no problem. And the rope, the cable line snaps taut, so that way your partner in crime can start climbing up. And so you're contributing your athletics, which you have 1 rank to his athletics. So
Yes,
that's
I am.
giving you an upgrade, and you have a blue for the climbing gear.
Are you ready?
And the
Oh,
question
don't
is,
forget an extra blue because I gave each of you 2 a blue.
uh-huh.
Yep.
So it's 1 upgrade thanks to BT and 2 blue. And that's totally me stalling, so you can use a destiny point. See? That's totally me
I'm
stalling.
scrolling up to go ahead and hit it right now.
Okay, that's 2 upgrades. Now you're
Okay,
too big to fail.
Mm.
Give me 3 advantage or not. But the
One
important thing
success.
is you have a success. So you basically are doing the Batman building walk where you're holding the cable line taut and you're basically walking up the cliff face and you're about the same level that Kopish is at. As you kind of just look sideways at Kopish as you're holding the line and BT's pulling you up. We have 3 different ways to the top of the mountain.
Right?
It's about the journey, not the destination. Okay, so BT, you are A-okay up here with your jetpack. You can totally turn it off and still assist him by just revving your foot pedals. Okay, so is our Sith Lord going to finish his ascension?
He's going to hopefully do so, yes. Oops, what am I?
You can ignore all those.
Oh, there was stuff loaded. Yep.
Yeah,
all right, well, I
that
got
was
my
all
next
my
one,
stuff.
So I was like, whoa, what the heck did I click? So, yeah, we're good. So we do our thing. Bloop, bloop.
And you use the Force to the rest of the way with a smooth Force-enhanced leap.
Yep.
And this is, of course, when it gets scary because you're now a short distance off the ground. And
Yeah.
you're glad that BT is still pulling that line nice and tight for you. Go ahead and make your athletics. Wow! Maybe I should have put some purple into that. I'm just gonna roll some purple so we don't jack up what you got there because I like what you got there.
Yeah.
Oh. So we have a triumph. I totally will say you can use to get up to the top of the mountain, even though you have no success. Your 2 successes got negated, so you have a triumph and an advantage. But for that triumph, I will say that BT drags your ass the rest of the way up against your will.
All right, that works.
And you do have a...
What kind of... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, what kind of armor do you have?
Me?
Actually, both of you, I guess.
So I am wearing stuff. I'm wearing a cloaking coat over skin armor.
Okay.
So he's very sexy.
I have the equivalent of pit crew overalls.
Okay.
So she's very utilitarian.
Right.
But hey, it increases my soak.
Yep, and it helps resist being burned, and that's always a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when she's going to be dropping bombs on herself.
Shit happens.
Okay, so it's as you guys finish the ascension up there, you realize the sun is now creeped behind the mountain. It's getting nice and comfortably dark. I wonder if BT goes into low light mode. Or do you keep having the bright red lights? What are your light colors, by the way?
Well, it's red because
Imperial red.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you can tell the difference if it's an Imperial and a Rebel. Imperial red, Republic yellow. Okay, you guys are up here. No one seems to have responded to you guys. You do know that it might be the time for stealth at this point.
Yes. Are you ready for my roll?
Yep. Actually, no, I'm not. I lied. No, actually, I didn't lie. I totally told the truth. All I gotta say is that is ridiculous. Okay.
Wow.
So needless to say, with him wearing his sexy second skin armor and his sexy cloaking thing, and he basically does the Batman thing. So probably tell you that short range is 6. Should probably, put that out.
Probably.
It's helpful.
And then I should probably make life easier for all of us. Go to the grid color and make the grid a color we can see.
Actually see.
Yeah, because all of a sudden I for my little 6 squares. That was pretty good for 6 squares, though. I actually got pretty close.
Yep.
And we're going to say 6 for short and 13 is medium. And our sniper doesn't care about any of that.
I was just going to say.
Okay, so he basically is keeping you guys super quiet. He's using noise discipline with you. He's doing more of the hands. Swear to God, even though Kopesh looks like him, you think this guy has more snake eyes. Just saying.
So we're standing there, and I look out across the entire base, and up here in the northwest corner, I see the Jedi in a watchtower, and I shoot a mission over.
There is a triumph. I mean, if you would like to use the triumph to see a Jedi meditating on the cliff face, I could totally put him at some place and let's see what happens. If you want that for your triumph, I will totally endanger your mission by giving you that.
Yeah.
No, it's
Right.
all.
I mean, I don't care who kills the Jedi, but
I would much rather my triumph be that we can get into the base through this entrance completely unopposed.
The coast is clear. The worst thing, because these are Naboo planetary defense forces, for that triumph, and what asking, some asshole has propped the door open. So they can sneak out for smoke breaks or whatnot without warning anyone that they're opening the hatch. Some
Nice.
jerk broke protocol and totally left the door propped open with. Think of all the air conditioning being let out to the environment. I can't be good for it.
All right. Exactly. And you know how much it costs to air condition the outside, damn it? The hell. You live in a barn? That would have been my father's responses.
Ooh, hey, I like that. That's a good picture, dude.
Which one? The second one?
Yeah. Wait, there's another one?
Well,
yeah.
yeah. Well, the first one had a little more armor on it. That's why I thought, I ought to ask, but that kind of bulky clothing.
Yeah, I like the second one better. That's a little bit more akin to what he would look.
With the white cloak being stealthy cloak?
Yeah.
I think too.
I don't know.
I don't know if that picture will save because it's a PNG and not a JPEG, but let's out.
Oh, is it? Let
Yeah.
me see if I can
Where's
save
it posted? I don't see it.
It's on Facebook.
Here, I
Oh.
can save it as a JPEG and do it to you.
Let me see if the first one will upload. Oh, looks like it might work still. Let me see if I can stick it on his character sheet. That'll be the true test.
Yeah. Yeah, because I just did a copy picture initially.
And a lot of times on Google now that doesn't work, which sucks.
Right. Ooh. 3 barrel-aged stouts coming out this year. Sorry. Posting yummy-looking pictures of beers aging.
Looks like it is not loading.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I lied. It actually just popped up.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
Oh, that's a cool pic.
Wow. Mescalero del Pac, Mescalero and a cognac Mescalero. Nice. So 3 versions of the same beer, 3 different aging barrels. That's going to be so damn good. Sorry, I digress.
That's okay.
But we got artwork now.
Let's see if it'll let me do 2 characters with the same character.
Oh.
It should. And then I have a cat coming up. What are you doing, cat?
Thought I heard a squeak.
Yep, that would be Squeaker.
He's still pissed because he went outside Kelly's office door braving dogs, and she wouldn't let him in the room.
I did. I wouldn't get him out of the closet.
Well, or behind the bookshelf. You know he let out of the window. Okay, do you guys start seeing his character come together there?
Yep. No.
Mm-hmm.
See everything but the green bar.
I see the green bar.
There we go. And is there shrubbery and stuff out there, I'm assuming?
Believe it or not, they actually do a good job of keeping this clear.
Okay.
You feel kind of exposed, except for the beautiful darkness that's around you. Thank God there's no security lights or anything. Amateur hour up.
Yeah, we'll just be one with the dark.
So what I don't see is I see health and strain for weird.
Yeah, we had issues yesterday too.
Anyway, so there we were. Someone left the back door open.
So
we're gonna.
So you guys can easily make your way towards the generators. You hear the nice, pure, loud vroom that kind of reverberates through the ground itself here. You know for sure that these generators will totally give you sound coverage getting in there.
Cool.
Realize these are nice thick walls. And
right,
yes, we can see for sure that our sniper can move his character now. Because you all burst into action.
Yeah. Hi, BT.
Okay. Well, you set remote detonation for these with an hour timer, though, in case,
What are you speaking of?
So you're talking a timer detonation, not a remote.
Well, I would like.
So, I mean, are you talking... Because I don't think you have any detonite cord or anything like that.
That wasn't one of the things on the list. Well, which one of my grenades can I use to destroy the...
Well, technically, I mean, I'll throw it out there. You could always use mechanics to cause the generators to overload.
Then that's what I will do.
It's just a little more difficult than using an average mechanics check to set up a grenade after a certain amount of time and blow up the things. Which would you like to do?
Well, since I don't have whatever it is that you just mentioned, I am... Oh, we have no destiny points left.
Excellent.
Well, I'm going to do You ready?
Okay, so you're basically sabotage them?
Yes.
Are you going to move yourself over to them?
That would be good.
See how I buy time to make you cool by getting you to move your character? So you're going to pass the safety protocols and what? Cause these to overload, cause them to just short out. What are you going for?
Oh, I'm going for the overload. I want the big explosion.
So you're wanting them to overload and shut down. You're wanting an absolute explosion out of these.
Oh, yes.
Okay, that's going to be difficult because there's lots of safety features involved here. But it's possible.
All right. My mechanics isn't high enough to do a big one, so then we'll just do the shutdown.
And you're using... so you're just going to go for the shutdown for the average difficulty?
Yeah, because I only have the 2 ranks and 1 green. And I know I already did the...
Yeah. Fine. On the way out, if we need to do additional damage, if we don't do stuff inside with the computers and other systems.
So the important question is, since you're using your toolkit for a blue dice, and it's going to be an upgraded once because I flipped, and that there is a black because there is a safety feature to keep it from happening. It's called a breaker box. So how long are you wanting this to take to shut off? I mean, are you wanting it to happen now as you go in, 5 minutes from the time you go in, or like an hour from now? What is it you're going time-wise?
Well, probably if I'm shutting it down, can I do it for
20 minutes also? The power blacks out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that'll give us time to navigate to the next target.
Oh. Next roll to sabotage it.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Woo!
Wow. 3 though. Okay, so in 20 minutes, the system's going to totally shut down. Totally shut down just like she wants. Let's just hope there's not a system meant to reboot down for those 3 threads.
So let's go ahead and set up the booby trap.
Okay, so you're going to take the control panel and like as you start to close it, you just like look back and forth with your little shifty head at the guys and you make this and then you whip out what kind of explosives? Because you have quite a few different types.
Let's go with... Hold on, let me switch over to my... Okay, I think that one only does 8.
You have frag grenades. You have very ridiculously scary...
I want to do the plasma grenade.
Wow. Which, by the way, you have an idea, just an idea, that this plasma grenade going off will totally destroy the generators, by the way.
It's my backup plan.
Having it go off in the control panel, you are pretty sure will take out the generators.
That gets a bunch of people out there and then goes off and takes out a bunch of people while taking out the generators.
And here's totally the booby trap. Okay, so of course your sniper got the door covered and he's totally showing the whole, what are you guys doing?
Uh-oh.
Quietly whistling.
He's making that.
No.
He's making that specific noise.
Right.
It's really his maniacal giggling.
I want to shoot something.
It is. It's
okay. So do you warn the guys that they got like a 20-minute countdown and then these things should overheat and power down?
Yep.
Okay. So what do you...
I've left a surprise.
What are you guys doing as the clock starts ticking?
All right. Well, we'll go here and see what it takes to open it.
Some yo-ho left a rock in its way, so it stayed open, and there's a pile of cigarettes. Obviously, this must be smokers congregate that aren't allowed on outdoor duty, because there's a pile of smokes out there that you
that's
can see.
The door you're talking about. Okay,
yeah, that's the door. Earlier, they were smoking out here at the main hangar.
Right.
But
well, that's what I thought. I thought you meant that door.
This door, some yo-ho propped it open, and they smoke out here. You know, next to the generator.
Huh.
It's a good thing it's Star Wars generator.
It's not the brightest bear.
Those kind of generators don't use fuel. They use hyperfuel.
Oh, this is going to be a nice explosion.
Yeah. So we'll slide right on in then.
As soon as he's inside, I will rush up to the door.
Take a look.
Okay, so you're sliding on in there to get a quick look-see and see what's about there. And
I am the night.
as soon as you guys poke your heads in, you kind of hear noise, like communal group noise of at least a handful of people from down this way.
Okay. And where did we think the control rooms were?
You're pretty sure that the important stuff would be at this far end of the base.
Okay.
You know, the part
the
that has
communications.
that has no doors, so you have to go the long way.
Right.
I mean, and the place is clean. It's just not quite up to the imperial clean standard you're used to. Because yes, there's a reason why the Empire have mouse droids.
So
Dirty rebels.
we've got a pretty clear shot, or view, I should say, down this corridor all the way that way.
Yep.
Why don't you give me a perception check?
Well, that's what I was gonna slide in and perceive.
Can I assist him with that perception and perhaps add a blue or something?
What's your perception?
Yellow.
Do more than give him a blue.
Yeah.
Careful, Kelly's
I
dying.
have right. I have 3 green.
So it would give you 1 upgrade. Okay.
Sounds reasonable.
As the two of you kind of do the whole tag team, you know, one looks high, one looks low, and you're kind of all take this all.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and give me your perception check so I can tell you more.
So in the roll, which one?
It's going to be you because you'll get more bang for your buck.
All right, ready?
Ooh.
Really?
So just as you guys were looking, you hear this screech sound come from this whole corridor, and obviously somebody's running one of the speeder bikes in the hangar bay, and they're doing that whole, and it's just reverberating down the hallways. And you're hearing some loud yelling. People are mockingly yelling at whoever the asshole is playing with his bike just to knock it off. You're ruining mess time. And what would you like for those 3 advantages?
Sure. I recall something about the plans or layout that might be of advantage.
Ooh. Thing that you remember. And that tells you that you see a lot of cables right here on the wall, and they're going into this room. You're pretty sure those are main communication lines. So if there was a room with communications equipment, it would be this room right here. That, and there's a big sign that says communications room right here, and it points.
All right, kind of make a motion towards the lines and stuff. Question is, do we stealth across or go the long way?
I'm thinking we go the long way.
Down, yeah, and then up.
Yep, that way.
Okay.
That way. Because we know
there is loud ruckus coming from this direction.
There's a big group in here, it sounds like. If that's a mess hall, there's probably quite a few troops in there chowing down right now, just eager to see who's walking by.
Maybe. All right, so I'll move up to here, and I'll let you do that so you can peek stealthily. You probably stealthily look better than I do. I mean, I have okay stealth, but
I'll be doing the stealthy for us.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'll even be a nice guy and throw in a blue because of that speeder bike noise. Oh
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh my God! I remember.
You ready for me?
Yep. So you take 1 point of strain. You're making a little noise. 1 point of strain, but goddamn, that blue dice even contributed. Okay, so you are walking very stealthily. How far are you going?
Well, I mean, you saw the path we're taking. How far can I get with that stealth roll?
To about right
well,
here.
Yeah. Well, he's going to check the hall, make sure nobody's in it, and then stealth there.
Okay, you peek down the hall, and you look this way and see some people in here just joking on the rails, oblivious to anything going on, and they're kind of like pointing and laughing at somebody. Probably some yo-ho playing around on a speeder bike. You're getting a very of military discipline. Yep, they're looking this way. They're just joking and pointing and laughing at somebody, and then all of a sudden you kind of see a mechanical Republic walker. It's totally not the militarized AT-STs, but a Republic two-legged walker. Kind of does like a pace and then stops. The only difference is it's less armor plated than the Imperials and less guns, personnel, grenades, and all that crap.
All right.
It's like a bigger.
I give Kopesh, the hand signals for through however many guards there are. 3 guards, about short range down that way, looking away. Two-legged walker, not looking this way.
All right.
Be very, very quiet and go, go, go.
Yep.
That's the signal for you to leapfrog me.
And are you going with stealth, or are you just going to run?
Oh, no. Stealthy. I'm stealthy, everybody.
Now, I'm assuming BT is coming too?
Yep.
As you're giving everyone tasks, giving them this beautiful stealth roll, the assist is really helping them. Get your BT.
I'm going.
Damn, Astromax.
I look. It looks clear. Go, go, go.
Okay, so you kind of hear a little noise up here. You're not quite sure what it is.
You coming across there?
So our sniper's going last. So far, Sith has creeped up. Is our sniper coming up?
Yep. I'm going to leapfrog them. Get out in front.
And there's.
Can that Sith pal of mine perceive with my help what may be making the noise over there?
Oh, you sure you're gonna do that? I mean,
Sure.
That if you both perceive together, that means you can't stealth later.
Oh, good point. Yeah, no, I'm not helping. And I do have my rifle on the ready.
All right. Let me know when you're ready.
Are you gonna perceive?
Yeah.
Okay, I got your perception in there. Okay, nice. You clearly hear 2 voices coming from this area right around the wall. Since you're so close to the wall, you can practically start to hear the 2 of them talking, and they're talking about personnel reports. Something that you would hear like commanding officers talking about in the shop. You're getting bits and pieces. And you clearly know that, by the way, this door, which is very highly armor plated and secured, it's got a very fancy looking complicated lock system. Clearly says armory, by the way. Just want to throw that one out to you. Classic military stenciling. It says armory in big bold letters. But it does look like a very complicated mechanical lock, or I should say electromechanical lock.
Okay. And
you don't hear anything from this direction.
So I'm going to do one of those maneuvers where I come up to here. I mean, it's going to be kind of like between those 2 spots, so that I can see down the hallway towards this direction. gun on the ready, low down, using the corner for some cover, and peek down this hallway.
Okay. Peek down the hallway. You are clearly hearing a pair of voices in here, by the way. It's one of those of, you can hear talking shop talk.
Okay. Let me know if I need a stealth roll at any point here. But I'm basically wanting to go to this hallway so that I can sneak a peek in here and back this way.
Okay.
And the idea is for you two to come up behind me to where I am, and then I will wave you all the way down to here.
Yep.
Okay, so make your sneak rule as you clearly know there are people there talking about personnel reports and, de-roasting some guys out, de-roasting some new guys in.
Are you still? There we go.
Damn!
James
Wowzer.
is trying. He's trying.
All right, so you still do the there's the slight flutter of your cape that is somehow completely imperceptible but makes you sexy when you stealth like that.
I mean, again, I'm kind of in between those two squares, so I can see down the hallway still. Provide cover as my guys come past, just in case someone pops their head out the door.
And
I'm ready.
As what would you like for those 2 advantages? I'm about to say something, but waiting to see what you want the advantage for.
Yeah, I basically want to, as I'm rounding that corner, be perceiving anything in this hallway. I don't want to just be running into the hallway like, "Hi, I'm here."
So as you hear these guys talking shop, and you come up here and you do that whole slight, you bump up against the wall to slow your momentum and be silent. You clearly hear 1 or 2 sentients in the refresher over here with water running. All of a sudden it sounds like someone's singing, space opera in here very badly. And you hear the water spraying and you're like, there's a refresher up there.
And so as I'm, pointing down the hallway to Kopesh, I give him that hand signal that there's at least maybe 2 guys behind me. So we need to be quick about this, but be quiet.
As you hear, hola me.
And giving them the signal, go to come to this corner. I wouldn't go all the way around the corner without.
Whoa, look at him running. Okay. So as you guys come to that corner, oh, damn.
And as soon as they're past me, I'm doing that military thing of walking the hallway backwards.
Until you're bump into BT.
Yep.
Tail and Charlie.
Okay. You feel like light reverberation on the walls here. Obviously, there's some equipment outside against the wall. And the hallway here and here seems to still be clear.
Okay. Yeah.
I've been rolling very poorly if somebody's standing in the hallways. Oh wow! So you're leading out ahead?
Sure.
Okay. Are you stealthing?
Yep.
Or are you perceiving?
I'm stealthing.
Can I assist him on his stealth?
Unfortunately, not of him. He's heading off on his own. Because you know what they say. Fight alone, die alone. But I will let you know, because there's this slight buzz of electronic communications going on. You do have a blue dice right now.
Well, I actually had a blue dice I never used from BT.
But see, that was up on the roof. We've gone past that.
All right. Ready when you are.
Go ahead. See how stealthy you are. Where's all those blacks coming from? That's on you. That's not on me.
I don't know.
Check your encumbrance,
yeah,
buddy.
I think that's
That's not on me. I'm looking. I gave you a blue and 2 purple.
I don't
That
think. Oh,
Check.
I got that way reversed.
You
Oh.
encumbrance too.
you did it too.
It's almost like we've seen that happen in a few games.
Yeah, but that was a lot of blacks. Holy cow! But I
Are
did
you-
have a 2 threshold with 7 encumbrance. So
You're that proverbial guy in the D&D game with the backpack that's like 3 times your height and it's mounted with strapped on gear like a miner.
yeah, they
So-
told me it was a bowling.
So in effect, you actually have a success and 4 advantages. Yes, I can translate that roll without having the computer do the work for me.
Except
Yeah.
you translated it wrong because it's only 3 advantages.
No, it's 4. He
No,
rolled.
wait, no, because the purple one counted, yeah, but the black one didn't. Yep, you're right.
Yeah, ha ha. The student has yet to become the master.
I will add blues back team.
So you're giving each of your team members a blue die?
Correctamundo.
Interesting option. Okay, and you're definitely hearing noise, communications room chatter, some small talk going on, some people talking about communications going on. You're getting a feeling that there's a few people in here.
Okay. But can I hear it through the walls or just at the doorway?
Just at the doorway.
Okay.
I mean, I was totally waiting for you to use those advantages to get the numbers and the compositions.
That's why I got to open up. Listen for that.
They can handle that stuff.
Actually,
So I'm going to be
if I
helping
can I
CBT
get-
with the stealthy.
I'm over here actually.
Oh,
On the move.
You
Stealthy.
did make your stealth, so yeah.
Yeah, we breathe.
Okay, now the
I'm like-
question is, are you stealthing receiving?
I am stealthing. BT perceives since I'm stealthing for the both of us.
Okay, you've got a blue dice for the noise in the room and a commander assisting you.
And you ready?
Yep. You, of course, are Batman. You are the knight.
It was a really happy roll. I'm going to take 1 strain back.
Okay. Hey, that's what it's there for. It means you with a nice stride that's relaxing and pacing. You must obviously be one of those guys that goes to walk to relax. So that there are quite a few people in this room with the sound coming out. Of course, it could also be the fact that communications are sounding out, so you could be more people on speakers. You never know.
Yep.
What's BT doing?
BT, why don't you come up behind me since I was stealthing for both of us, and you can perceive
Mhm.
perhaps what's in the.
Okay, let me run a perception. Are you ready?
I'm ready if you're ready.
Ooh.
Nice.
So BT looks at you and gives a shrug, like, sounds like a lot of people.
Mhm.
And you do have a damn triumph and 2 advantage.
Let's see here. I am. Since I didn't succeed, that's an
Hey, I've got for you, Kelly, if you wanted.
what?
Because this is a communications room and it's possible that they could be conveying classified information, the door is open right now, but it is a pretty heavy soundproof blast door.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You see where I'm going with this, don't you?
Yeah, because then if we shut it with a blast inside, nobody will hear it.
Even better, we slip inside, we shut the door behind us, and
Yeah.
we just
Start shooting people. I like it. I'm gonna go for it.
So BT kind of points at the big warning label saying caution, blast door. Do not put appendages in way. So it is in fact a very large soundproof door that once again, these goddamn Naboo planetary forces should have had the door shut this whole time.
There's a little stuffy in
But
there.
some lazy bastard left the door open. And 2 advantage. What would you like for those?
I would like to give. You know what? I am going to give. I mean, there's Grix. Your rifle. How well does it work in a enclosed space?
Should work
Like
just
this room.
fine.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
like for. It's like I
It's-
want to give. Which one of you two should I specifically give? I can. You know what? Can I give one to each?
No. You can use 1 to give the
Yes,
next
2
person go 1, or 2 to give a
Or 2
specific
to give
person.
a specific one. Yeah. So who specifically would like?
Go ahead.
I don't care. I mean,
Go ahead and give it. I mean, I'm assuming I'll be able to fire my rifle in there just fine. If not, I've got my pistol with me, which I can definitely shoot in there, and I am really good with both of them.
Okay, I'm going to give it to Ko specifically.
I'm sure Kopesh is really good with his lightsaber too, but
Yeah, because we run in. If we all run in, I can shut the door.
yeah, I want to stealth us into the room so that the first thing that they hear is the door closing, and we
Okay.
get surprise.
Yep.
I'm pretty
Ooh.
good at stealth too.
we're all decent.
So who's going first? And if you're stealthing, I totally got the.
All right, I am going first because is this a wall right here?
That is actually there's an opening right here to go into that room. It's basically
Okay.
got some magnetic equipment, so slight protective
Basically,
wall.
I'm going inside and posting up in that corner.
And who is getting blue dice, by the way?
Kopesh is.
Kopesh
I
is?
am.
Okay. So thanks to the distraction, you do get a blue stealth. If you'd like to roll stealth as you whip your way in and you realize these are each techs sitting at their console. They've got like the one earbud in Uhura style. They're talking away on different channels, like smacking and joking with each other in between, pointing at the screen, obviously listening on other people's conversations, the jerks. And that's a pretty impressive stealth roll.
That's not bad.
So yeah, let me give Beady Beady a blue.
I was going to say, don't forget for 3 advantage, you can give somebody a free maneuver.
Oh yeah, sure. Let me give Beady Beady a free maneuver, even better, because then you can come in and close the door right away.
Yeah, but Kopesh isn't in yet.
Well, see,
Yeah,
what you
I got
do is
Kopesh goes next.
Beady gets in, let Kopesh go, then Beady takes her turn to close the door.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so Beady comes in. I'm assuming you were stealthing or not.
I am stealthing,
Okay.
but as a droid, and I'm rather ubiquitous. I'm not, do I get an extra blue?
Well, you're getting the free maneuver right now, so go ahead and maneuver where you're going to maneuver. You're going to get your roll afterwards. Don't you want to get by that wall there so you can close the door?
Well,
Which wall?
Where
doors
someone
is
just pinged in
here.
blue. The wall controls right here.
that's fine. Okay.
Okay, so she comes whizzing in behind Grix. So Kopesh is going next, I take it?
Yeah. So this tan thing? That's not a wall. That's just
This stuff?
That should
right here.
That's
That's
a little low, thin.
lettering that says
that's like
communications
cables and equipment on the ground.
Oh yeah, that's
Basically,
words.
think of it as difficult
Just
terrain.
Oh my gosh, the words trip you up.
It's stenciled on the floor, communication room.
All right. So yeah, stealthing in, and we're actually coming up right behind this, like short distance behind that guy.
Ooh, go roll yourself. See if he's that oblivious. Oh, look at you not wanting to fail. I had faith in you, man. Faith in me back my points.
I had faith too, but I didn't want you flipping.
Have faith in the dark side, but verify.
Ready?
Yep.
Nice.
And you take a point of strain. It's hard to
And now
hold
since he
back.
came in,
Okay, so now it's BT's turn. What are you going to do?
I'm going to take my free maneuver and shut the door.
And you hear this resounding
Shunk.
and all at once. The text goes, close the fucking door. And there's this moment of gasp as these texts look at the three of you guys and kind of wonder what the hell's going on. That exact moment. Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Initiative.
So little initiative, but look at the time. That would be the perfect cliffhanger.
Oh.
And this would be cool because we're prepared.
Because you are prepared.
Seriously?
It's all the same for me.
How did we end up with PC rolls?
No shit. What the hell happened there?
What? I
Well, we have a.
I only see one of each.
I see a bunch
I
of
see.
extras.
Oh, over on the turn order, there's a bunch of extras.
Oh,
It was blank a second ago.
Yeah,
that's
it was.
bizarre.
So we have a 2 and a 0, and the .0
With
or
a
0.2 and a 1.
Two and a yeah. There should be no 1-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Don't know where that came
Yeah.
from. So the technicians are all turning around in a gasp. I mean, it's literally an audible gasp when the door closed.
But
Somebody was about
we
to
get-
say something.
Do we get the elementus to go first?
Well, let's find out. I mean, now that the doors went ka-chunk, I mean, and don't forget, you still get your action. Are you gonna?
Right, because that was my free maneuver. Oh, yeah.
Well, your free maneuver
Oh.
got you in the room, but that's your maneuver, because remember, you get a maneuver and an action. So you still have an action, and the door is closed.
Okay.
I have purple on that, but you can do what you're doing. You can
What's the
ignore me.
blast radius on a frag grenade?
So a frag grenade hits any adjacent character. So if you were to say drop here, it would have Kopesh in its area effect if you use the blast
but
effect.
if I were to drop one here,
If you dropped one there, which is where I think you're about to point, it would hit
Uh-huh.
all three if you rolled 2 advantage to activate blast.
okay, I want to try it.
Ooh, she gonna fire. She gonna lob a. Now you can lob a grenade or using a micro rocket.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me check my micro rockets. Let's see. Here. Have the
Basically, it's shooting a micro rocket the size of a dry erase marker. That does bad.
Okay, because I do have an explosive micro rocket equipped, a incendiary one, and an ion one. I'm thinking, why does the one say no damage?
Right, because your character sheet, when you sent me the PDF, the damage was covered up. I mean, I can totally tell you what that. I'll show you the PDF if you're doubting me. If you're doubting me, it's 0. Because it has your page number in front of the character sheet. See, she
and you're
scoffs.
the one that created the PDF, not me.
You're the one that put all the weapons.
Yeah, micro rocket incendiary. Wait, how do you have a hard point on a freaking rocket?
I have no idea. So for the it's blast 7, burn 2. So for 2 advantage, it hits everyone adjacent to your main target for 7 points. And for an additional 2 advantage, they continue burning for that damage for 2 rounds straight. Burn sucks, by the way.
Yeah,
there's a reason why.
Base damage is 6.
So are you starting a fire in a
But the
small enclosed
critical,
room or an explosion?
I kind of like the explosion.
Okay, go for it.
All right, you ready?
It's going to be at
Hold
short
on.
range.
Yep.
I will give you a blue because even though they turned around and looked at you, they did not see this coming. You've maneuvered this turn, so you can't take 2 strain for an aim or anything. So it's a purple and a blue.
Ah.
And I stalled as long as I felt comfortable to bring balance to the horse. So it's 1
Okay,
red
ready?
and a blue on top of your range light, which is ridiculous because I believe it's 3 ranks. Oh, Jesus. So
Brr.
you throw the grenade at him, and everyone in your team sees the shock of horror. She opens the compartment out, and her little flips an arm 5 feet away from herself.
Yeah,
It goes
out.
flying out, hits the guy in the middle. I'm assuming you're going for the one for the maximum impact, right?
Uh-huh.
So things out, and there's this momentary pause. Everybody, just looks in the air all at once. And it goes beep, 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 lands on the guy's shoulder, rolls forward into it since he's sitting in the chair. And when it goes, the 8 points of damage it does is sufficient to kill him. You have Triumph. What would you like to start spending advantage and triumphs on? So remember, 2 advantage will give you
critical.
blast 7, which will hit these guys for 7 points as well.
Yes, please.
Okay, so the blast 7 goes off, and these guys spray across the room. Now you still have 3 advantage and a triumph.
Okay. For the triumph, can I take out the that were over here?
I
All
will
of them.
gladly. Grenade goes off in their lap in front of the consoles using the communication system. There's this horrible static just spreading from one screen to another as you have a feeling somehow your explosive rocket set off like a chain capacitor explosion in the electronics, frying everything in this room. And you still have 3 advantage.
I am actually have 1 strain. I can take back.
Say you
but
could totally
I
give a free maneuver to a friend.
It's just like I have only 1 strain, so I was actually going to give. I'm going to give it to. Who do you think could do the most damage? I'm going to give it to Kopesh again, since he's literally right next to. Or I 3, so I can only get.
To answer the question, who's going to do the most damage? I think it's going to be Carnage from.
I'm like, oh, you're both.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to give it to.
Flip a coin.
Actually, no. I gave him the last one. You get this one.
You're saying you when we can't see who you're pointing to. That doesn't help.
Yeah. And this is a maneuver, so that can position you better.
It can position
Yeah.
you, can draw.
I already had my weapon on the ready.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And I got quick draw, so I'm not worried about that either.
Yeah.
But
So
you
is
can
fire
position,
a
'cause right now
maneuver?
you're shooting through us.
Yeah,
Or would that
remember,
give him free
it is dangerous shooting into an engaged target with your head.
Yeah.
It is an increased difficulty.
All right. So, well, I'm not really worried about the difficulty, to be honest, but sure, we'll go ahead and we'll maneuver here to shoot this guy.
Okay, so you basically take that free maneuver to take a step away from the wall to get some breathing room and see the carnage unleashed by your little friend who popped a grenade off in a small room and did it expertly.
Oh, this is so cathartic. Actually, that is much appreciated. Thank you. I like the graphic.
As long as no one's getting strobe effect seizures. And these 3 guys are pissing themselves right now.
I'm sure.
There's a collective, they're throwing their headphones off, And
Hey, the turn order disappeared.
the turn
Yeah, it
order
did.
did disappear. I did it so I could do the special effects.
Ah.
They blocked the special effects button. See, with it up, I can't do special effects.
I can see the little blast.
Oh, you guys see it? On my screen, I don't see it.
Yeah.
Are you seeing it
no,
move
we
around?
see it.
Oh,
Yeah, some reason I'm not seeing it on my end, but that's okay.
live and learn. Okay, and top of the order of initiative is going to be for next time. Just to let you know on their initiative successes. So one of you guys is going to go, then they're going to piss themselves. Then the rest of you get to go. I just think it's because BT's having a droidgasm right now. I could totally see BT's dome swerving from Coach to Grix, going thumbs up, mockingly
opener.
blowing down the barrel of the rocket pistol.
Definitely, definitely a good opener.
Yeah, and
Oh, I can't wait to take that.
Kind of sad to all that excitement that we had. What the hell?
Yep, I know.
Then let's do it.
Like-
Says stay up late. I don't
Sounds
care.
like Kelly's excited enough to make it another 10
I
minutes
am
past
writing
bedtime.
that. Yes.
Okay,
Alright.
so who is going first before these guys get to do something?
Now I saw your effect.
Kofish, you okay with me going first and killing this guy?
Sure, go ahead. Sure.
Oh, dear
I'm shooting
Lord.
I'm shooting that guy.
Okay, so it's top of the order. Are you choosing to aim?
Yes.
Do you have any special talents that help you when you aim?
Oh God, yes. So I have true aim, which gives me the true aim maneuver, which not only increases it by whatever aim gives me, but also increases it by another grade.
And how many ranks of true aim do you have?
I currently only have one.
You say that sadly when you get one free upgrade.
Right?
And are you aiming for this one that's not listening to your friend?
Yes.
Okay, so the prone sitting position is going to totally give him a black dice to your roll, just to let you know. So you get a single setback dice. Is there anything else you have in your dice pool?
So sniper shot is not here.
That increases the range.
Yeah, and my gun has a scope, but that's not applicable here because it's short range. The silencer, which isn't going to only keeps people from perceiving me, and the lightweight frame doesn't do anything else here. So no, that's it. That's it.
Okay. In case I'll do that then.
That's all.
Okay.
All right.
Are we ready?
Take your shot. A black and a red versus
Holy
Jesus.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
That was worth waiting for.
By the way, on your weapon, you have accurate 2, which you forgot.
What's that?
2 means you get 2 blue dice on any shot. So what we're going to do is I'm opening for your character sheet to peek over your shoulder. Go to your weapons page, which you're already at. See Model 38 sharpshooter's rifle.
Yeah.
On the modifiers, +2 and the lowercase letter b.
Actually, just 2B.
Yeah.
You don't
And
need
then
to
click
split.
outside the box.
Okay, we're not going to worry about it for this roll because that is such a perfect roll. I don't want to mess with
Yep.
it. I'm just rolling to
Yep.
make sure that it goes through.
So
That is-
I will totally. Yep. See, perfect. It's working for you. So, to us one and ricochet the round and take all 3 out with your shot that was 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17 points of damage. So I'll totally say I
Bend
need
the bullet.
triumphs to make all 3 dead with 1 shot. Describe what happens.
So I fire the first shot, and this is a slug thrower, remember?
So it's a solid
Right.
bullet.
right through the guy in the corner's head. It hits the monitor behind him, which causes another short circuit to happen, which causes the monitors behind the two guys who've turned around to blow out, spraying shards of glass into the backs of their necks and heads, causing them to just basically fall dead.
Wow.
And still have 2 advantage.
You mean Triumph?
Triumph. Sorry, Triumph. Not meaning to degrade the triumphs.
So, I have a crazy idea. I'd like to do this in more technical terms. Basically, my insane idea is somehow this short circuit also caused the equivalent of putting out detailed plan, the base where the Jedi is, the troop movements.
So it's vomiting up information.
Yes, and so I said, I want it to be more Star Warsy, so it's not like a dot matrix printer is just spewing all this out. Maybe somehow it broadcasts something right over to Bitty Bitty, so she gets the plans.
She does have a built-in long-range communication. Cute little antenna.
Gets a data surge all of a sudden.
As yes, if Beatty would like to do a computer roll, she has access to all this information just spewing out over the ether.
Can I sense Triumph?
Yes.
Just say that she automatically gets the information and succeeds her computer's roll.
Yes. And there was a silenced door and your slug thrower is silenced. That 4 that I rolled on the D100 to finally see if there was somebody in the freaking walkway. Somebody comes walking down here and goes walking right to go to the mess hall and didn't hear a thing.
See, that's why I gathered this crew. I'm like sitting there getting ready to bring my lightsaber to my hand and like, oh, never mind.
It's a victimless crime. There are no Sith here with lightsabers. There's only explosions. Right. The council's voting, and so is the other one.
Yeah.
We still got a explosion.
Yeah.
And the lights haven't even gone down yet. To which she'll then say, that's a good place to
wrap it up
there.
I'm sorry, I would have seen you pull your lights. with that many successes and 3 triumphs, I'm sorry, awesome. There's not much that I could do to keep one alive at that point.
So how much XP do we get?
Since you did get to the facility, I will gladly give you 10 XP.
and down comms at this point. So.
Actually, yeah, I will give you your bonus 5 for achieving the mission of taking the comms down.
Now everything else is just gravy.
That's awesome.
And I want you to say high or low as you're reading tons of junk mail.
High.
Okay, rolled high. The on base, or is he up at the dish?
He's on base.
He can confirm. BT looks at Kodesh and says, "There is a Jedi here on the base."
Nice.
And that is a good place to wrap it up there. Dun 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 dun.
Good job, guys. You
lunatics! Shooting bombs and guns in enclosed rooms.
Yes. If you guys have seen Chopper, BT's head is kind of doing this thing, and the little arms waving, woohoo! And you know how like when R2 gets up on his tippy toes? Yeah. He's kind of doing that.
Nice little dance.
Bitty.
Except when she's BT's arm, she also means the arm that's holding a freaking micro rocket launcher.
It's all about the shock and awe factor.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night, guys.
All right,
Right.
have a good night.
Be entertaining.
Bye.
That effect.